I have some devastating news to tell you, so just prepare yourself real quick. I ran over your dog in the driveway. I lied to you, that's not real. The real news is that TikTok might be getting banned in the United States. Now, your dog getting ran over doesn't sound so bad, does it? And TikTok getting banned isn't anything new. Ever since the app was created, there's been ban scares where they think that TikTok could potentially get banned, and then it never gets banned. But this one seems to be the most credible, and if it is going to get banned, it seems like now would be the time. Because recently, TikTok has been banned on all US government devices, as well as in the European Commission and even Canada. They've all banned government employees from having TikTok on their phones. Which that ban makes sense because government employees are probably going to have some, sensitive information regarding their respective governments, and you don't want that leaking out onto social media, so that one makes sense. But now they're trying to push even further, extend beyond that, push the line a bit beyond, and ban it for every US citizen. So the days of mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, watching Pedro Pascal fan cam edits might be coming to a close very soon. And the main reason, the main driving force as to why they're trying to ban TikTok is because they say it's handing over US personal information to China. Things like the names of the users, email addresses, and even physical locations are supposedly being sent over to China, which obviously is a pretty big breach of privacy. Personally, if China would just, email me or throw a paper airplane in my direction asking for my personal sensitive information, I would just tell them. As long as they said please and were nice about it, I would tell them how big my shits were every day, what kind of porn I'm watching. I would tell them anything they want to know. But the US government seems to think a bit differently than me. They take more of the Ron Swanson approach. I know it's messed up to use a Ron Swanson comparison when talking about a government, but they don't want another government to know anything about them, so they're pretty much Ron Swanson, but not really. Anywhoosies, not long after the US government banned TikTok from all government devices, they quickly passed another bill that would give Joe Biden's administration the ability to ban TikTok. And this bill is known as the Deterring America's Technological Adversaries, or DATA Act. But this doesn't mean that Joe Biden already has the power to just, press a button and ban TikTok. It has to go through the rest of the House as well as the Senate. And then, if it gets through all them, Joe Biden can make the executive decision. And one of the quotes from one of the people involved in this new DATA Act, they say, quote, "Its parent company is controlled by the Chinese government, and it gives them the potential to leverage the app in ways that I think should concern us." So the US government's treating China like they're plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula. But anyways, we go down a little bit more, and a TikTok spokesperson responded, and this is their quote: "A U.S. ban on TikTok is a ban on the export of American culture and values to billion-plus people who use our service worldwide. We're disappointed to see this rush piece of legislation move forward, despite its considerable negative impact on the free speech rights of millions of Americans who use and love TikTok." So TikTok's defense is using our own words against us, our own constitution, saying that we're getting rid of free speech if we get rid of TikTok. That's a pretty big brain move right there, a bit of a five-head maneuver, using our own founding fathers' words against us. That's smart. But China went one step further in this situation. They're trying to start some beef, push the boundary as far as they can with China's foreign minister, I almost said prime minister, their foreign minister saying, "Why is the world's #1 superpower so afraid of a Whittle mobile phone application that young people like so much?" Basically being like, "Oh, the Whittle United States, they're so scared." That wasn't a Chinese impression, by the way. I was doing like a baby impression, and that sounded kind of Chinese, didn't it? I wasn't trying to do a China. I was doing like a, "Oh, the Whittle babies" kind of thing. I'm just digging myself a hole. But basically, the foreign minister was just saying, if the USA is the world's #1 superpower, big macho, big caw, that kind of thing, why are they scared of a little phone application that their people seem to like so much? This just popped up in my head. I just thought about this. China is making fun of the United States for trying to ban TikTok, yet they literally ban pretty much anything that doesn't follow every single guideline they want it to. They literally banned Winnie the Pooh because people were comparing Winnie the Pooh to their leader. They actually banned something because it hurt their Whittle feelings, and they banned Winnie the Pooh because it hurt their leader man's feelings. I don't, what is he called? The Emperor of China? Is that what the guy's called? Is he the Emperor, President? Google tells me he's called the President. So they banned Winnie the Pooh just because it hurt their little president's feelings. And yet they're going after the United States saying, oh, why you're the biggest, baddest country in the world. Why are you banning a little mobile application? Are you scared? I think that's so funny. Man, I love when countries beef. But it's all fun and games until they start pointing nuclear missiles at each other. And then that's when you're like, oh, whoa, man, it's not that deep. You know, get your hand away from the button. Don't bring us into this just because of your petty little beefs, because you got each other's feelings hurt. Get your hands away from those missiles, man. Don't drag me into this. I don't need to go into selective service. Just keep it at words, you know? Just start play COD with each other, 1v1 each other on Rust. Because Rust 1v1s is how everything should be settled. Also, to put in perspective how this ban could actually come to fruition, is that right now, 41 of the 50 states have some sort of ban on TikTok in place, or they're under consideration for some sort of ban on TikTok. So in summary, they want to ban TikTok from everybody's phones, every citizen's phone. It would outlaw, completely get rid of access or downloading the application. Which, I think this goes without saying, would be a massive hit to the balls for TikTok, because if I had to go out on a limb without any of the information in front of me, I would say most of the users of TikTok are in like the North America area. So that's pretty much it for the TikTok ban. The US government came to a bipartisan agreement. I didn't even talk about that. They came to a bipartisan agreement, and if both of the parties can come together and agree that something is bad, then it probably is pretty daggone bad. Not just to mention the ruination that TikTok is putting on people's attention spans and their dopamine receptors. They're getting absolutely destroyed. The Subway Surfers below a Family Guy clip, man. Brain rot. That's prime brain rot right there. Anyways, here's time for my personal opinion at the end of the video. I couldn't care either way if TikTok gets banned or not. I'm not going to shed a tear if it gets banned, but I'm also not going to go revolt and try to bring down the United States government if they don't ban it. So I'm setting on the fence. I'm a fence setter. But I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.